Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Andrew Alvarez, and I'm the Latino Conservative. It's my last day in Montana today. It's been a good time. I liked it here a lot. It kind of reminds me of Texas, just cold. And if you don't know already, I'm not in a controlled sound booth or the studio or anything like that. So you might hear some road noise and stuff. There's just a big old truck passing by, and I'm kind of by the highway. But to get started, first topic I want to talk about is Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne came out and endorsed Donald Trump, and he set the internet on fire. Specifically, he actually met with Donald Trump, and on Thursday night, when he announced that he had a meeting with President Donald Trump and praised the POTUS for his work in criminal justice reform and the administration's Platinum Plan, which is intended to bolster Black America prosperity. He said, just had a great meeting with President Donald J. Trump. Wayne, whose real name is Dwayne Michael Carter Jr., as captioned on one of the photos online. Besides what he's done so far with criminal reform, he added, the Platinum Plan is going to give the community real ownership. He listened to what we had to say today and assured he will get it done. President Trump retweeted the post from his account. So right away, it sounds like he's doing something good. He is working with the president, making changes, making money moves, as they call it, if you want to call it that. Money moves, but for the Black community. What's wrong with that? I think it's a great idea. But right away, there's hate. There's hate on it right away. It seems like anybody that has been Black, that has come out in support of Trump, has been shunned, has been ridiculed, has been made fun of, to the point where I think, Ice Cube and 50 Cent, even though they showed their support for Trump, they got so much backlash that they kind of flipped it. Because, even myself, I on my TikTok, for example, I get bashed anytime I post something pro-Trump. Mind you, I get a lot of pro-Trump love, and I like that. But it seems like those people that are the never-Trumpers, that have been convinced and that are basically the sheep following the herder, those people would like to come in and say, hey, you're a coconut, you're a racist. I had one guy say, give me your Latino card. Screw that. You can go to hell. I'm more Latino than you are, even though I don't speak Spanish. But let's look at some of the comments on one of those pictures on Facebook. This is a picture that was posted by I found it online. My nephew actually posted this picture. He's a repost. But some comments on there. Why would I care about Donald Base? People been rode off Wayne. Okay, let's grammar, please, grammar. People been rode off Wayne when he was talking stupid a while ago. Nobody expects anything different from a subgroup of colorists, turncoat, self-hating Black men. Let Wayne do what Wayne does. Man, this grammar is so hard to read sometimes. I've got to kind of figure out what's being said. Who gives a F? I'm not going to say the whole word because I don't want to get banned. What Lil Wayne or Ice Cube thinks. Why do people have to let celebrities or famous people think for them or influence their decisions? I personally think both major party candidates are idiots. Okay, I can see your points. I don't know enough about the third parties to necessarily vote for them, which I have done research for. So personally, I may choose not to vote. But besides that, the picture is still angering over the fact it's just more likely being passed around to just influence people's choice, thoughts, and or votes. So sad. Well, of course it's being passed around to help influence thoughts because that's what the internet does. It influences people's thoughts. That's what it does. That's the internet for you in a nutshell. But take a look at the people, and I'll take a look at my own experience as well. People are bashing me. because I'm Latino and I'm a Trump supporter. Doesn't mean I love the guy. I don't. I support Trump, and it's kind of like I've explained before. I support Trump like I support my pilot, because I travel, my airplane pilot. If I knew the guy personally and didn't like him, I would still support him, because at the end of the day, as long as I have as many landings as I have takeoffs, the job is done. I'm okay with that. Whether he gets elected or Joe Biden gets elected. If Joe Biden gets elected, or I should say if Kamala Harris gets elected, it's a different story, but I will support whichever president is in the Oval Office to the best of my abilities. Because at that point in time, they have the flight controls, and they are responsible for landing this country safely and soundly at the end of the 4-year term. And then again at the end of the other 4-year term if they get reelected. So what's going on right here is what happens every election cycle. Except the Democrats started a little early. They started about 3 years ago, maybe even 4 years ago, when President Trump got elected and they impeached him. They started right away trying to get your vote. And let me make it clear. There is one thing, the main difference between a liberal and a conservative is liberals care about your vote. Conservatives can care about the people. You've seen time and time again, and you've heard time and time again, the Democratic Party doesn't care about the black people or the Latinos until election years. Which, look at it. This term, they started early. This term, they started early. That's all it is. They're just trying to get your votes. Because they don't care about you. They just care about your votes. They care so they can stay in office for 47 years and not do anything and claim that they're going to come in and change the country for the better just for your vote. Nancy Pelosi has been in office over 30 years. What has she done other than stalemated a coronavirus package over items in the package that have nothing to do with the coronavirus, like the Green New Deal? Nothing to do with the coronavirus. But she's been in office for over 30 years. She might have sponsored a couple bills, but that's it. I think Joe Biden maybe really sponsored 2 bills, if I'm not mistaken. I got to look at the total numbers. Same thing with Al Green in District 9. He pretty much votes. This last term, he was doing what the Democrats wanted him to do in the beginning of the 4 years and earlier this year during the impeachment trial. He was simply out there being a pawn for the black people, saying that President Trump has been president for this many days and he hasn't been impeached yet. He hasn't done anything. Al Green hasn't done anything. He has come down to Houston during his district work periods to campaign, and his way of campaigning is he'll go out and feed the poor, is what I call it. Basically doing something good, taking pictures, and going away. That's it. Because he doesn't care about the people, he cares about the votes. That's all it is. If you're in District 9 and you're watching this, I really highly suggest looking into Johnny Teague. He's a real good guy. Johnny Teague, he's a pastor and a rancher, and he's running up against Al Green. It's a true David and Goliath situation. So, other news. So this one's found on Politico.com, which is, according to Media Bias Fact Check, is heavy bias on the left side. Trump's chances hinge on a polling screw-up way worse than 2016. President Donald Trump still has a path to a second term, but it will take a polling debacle that would make 2016 look like a banner year. According to a series of battleground state polls conducted and released in the week following the last Trump-Biden debate, the president's chance of winning a second term now require winning states where he still trails with only days to go until voting concludes. So these polls, they're not real. They're not. They don't give accurate numbers, because what's going on with these polls is, especially nowadays, who answers the phone? First off, I've got my phone set to be there's a little setting in my iPhone that says silence unknown callers. I've got that. So who answers that phone? People that are either too busy to answer the phones, don't answer the phones, or people trying to dodge debt collectors, they don't answer the phone. Not everybody answers the phone, and that's only a feature on Android. I'm sorry, on iPhone. So there's some metrics there. I don't know, like the total count or whatnot, but that's got to play into the system as well. The number of iPhone users versus the number of Android users versus the number of people who have that setting, which most people have that setting now because it's pretty well known. But those polls are going to be highly, highly left anyway, because the left is making a lot of noise. That's all it is, just a lot of noise. I believe, and I may be totally wrong, I believe it's going to be a landslide, 70-30 even landslide. But if somebody calls me asking me, hey, who are you voting for? I'm not going to tell them, like on a poll wise. I'll tell people I know personally, but poll wise, no. Because I know that if my poll is showing that Donald Trump is winning, other Republicans may think, oh, we got this in the bag, I don't need to vote. But you got the left side that are out there making all this noise. Hey, yeah, I'm going to tell them right off that I'm voting for Biden. Orange man bad, F Trump, screw Trump. All the words that they say. That's not intelligent. No intelligent arguments against Trump at all. No intelligent, true arguments, Oh, Trump is banning transgender people from the military. No, he's not. He's not banning. He is just making it more secure for them, making sure that they're done with their process before they get in. Because under the Obama administration, we lost thousands of trans members of the armed forces because they weren't done with the process yet. Donald Trump is just making sure that people who are going through the process have gone through the process and are done with the process. And people like me don't have to pay for them going through that process because it's their choice, not my choice. So, no true facts about it. They don't have any real facts. They're saying orange man bad, so we're going to let everybody in the world know. I also saw a meme, so to say, of the pre-counts for the polls that have had that, not the polls, the elections that have happened so far, early voting. It showed about every state blue, including Pennsylvania. And I understand where they're coming from on that. You could possibly say we counted the number of voter registrations, divided, multiplied and subtracted that from the number of people that actually voted, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you can make an educated decision on that, but states like Pennsylvania, they're not even allowed to count the ballots until 7 o'clock on election day, 7 a.m. They can't start, so we have no real idea what's going on there. Now, Pennsylvania, yeah, that's Joe Biden's state. That's where he comes from. At least that's one of the states he comes from, I believe. But they are an oil state. They rely on fracking. Joe Biden has denounced fracking and said he's going to do away with fracking. So millions of people that live in Pennsylvania might be out of a job with Joe Biden. I don't think that they would vote for Joe Biden. See how that goes? And aside from not doing a poll, you still got people that are going to be afraid, so to say that they're voting for Trump, for chances that they're being ridiculed, bullied, or whatnot. In my hometown right now, I walk around proudly with my Trump cap. Got my Trump flag in the back of the truck. It's cool. I love it. It's really red over there. I like that about Alvin. But I do that in Katy. I've seen people try to get aggressive over that. I don't want to put myself in that situation because I will defend myself. I'm not some little scrawny little dude. I will defend myself over some little scrawny dude. And put him in his place, which would get me in trouble. So, pick your battles type thing. I'm not going to go out and broadcast that I'm a Trump voter unless I see somebody else with the Trump shirt on. Hey, I love the shirt, love the mat. You get the point. But being a Latino and a Trump voter, even my good friends, my best friends, I've lost friends, 20-year friends over this. I have been made fun of. Now, the guys that, my best friends that make fun of me, we're crap talkers. We crap talk to anyone anyway. So it's kind of expected. If he hits his toe on something, I'll call him a dumbass, that type of thing. But the fact of the matter is, people I've known over 20 years, I went to high school band with these people and they've unfriended me over my political views. I have had people that I used to work for and then afterwards have asked me for advice in buying cars for their son and asked me for this and asked me for that. When I came out of the closet as conservative, guess who they blocked? That's right. I remember making one joke, one meme. I shared a meme about the lady, and I forget her name right off the top of my head, but the lady who came out and accused Brett Kavanaugh of raping her. And I lost about 4 friends over that because I shared somebody else's joke. Oh, I am sexist. No, get over that. No true arguments to that. Please, give me a break. The name of my show is The Latino Conservative. Let's talk about something not so conservative at all. Let's talk about something highly liberal, communist even. Guess where I'm going? California. So California Governor Gavin Newsom and the California Department of Public Health released a new safety guidelines for all private gatherings amid ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. The new rules come with strict restrictions that aim to help reduce the risk of spreading the infections, and they did this for Thanksgiving. These are your Thanksgiving guidelines, California. You have to social distance inside your house. You have to wear masks inside your house. You can't sing inside your house unless, they said it's discouraged, but you got to sing lower than a talking voice. Volvet, volvet, volvet. Can you do that? No. How are they going to monitor this? Oh, and your gatherings can't last more than 2 hours. How long does a quince last? How long does it take to cook the turkey? How long does it take to actually cook all of the food, eat the food, meet with your family? Oh, and Latino specifically. How many of you have families less than 6 over for Thanksgiving? Yeah. So you see where I'm getting there? Now, these are the people that you vote for and that you keep on voting for because he's a Democrat. So he's got to be right. Has to be right. California is dying. Have you seen their economy? People are leaving California in droves. And now they are saying how we can live in our house. We have to wear a mask in our house when we're not eating. Yeah, go tell that to anybody out there. We have to disperse in 2 hours. We can't be together for longer than 2 hours because the virus is going to say, hey, you've been here for more than 2 hours. I am going to go attack you now. Your 2 hours is up. You can't sing. Yeah, okay. Can't sing. I mean, it's not just the music that y'all get together and have a couple drinks with. It's not just that music. It's worship music too. When you're doing Christmas, you sing like Christmas carols. Or if you want to go worship privately in your home, you got to sing like this. You can't sing like this. There's one song. Our God's not dead. He's fully alive. That's a whisper part. You could do that accurately and be musically correct. But the rest of the song, he's living like a lion, roaring like a lion. That's shouting. That is worship at your best possible way. But you can't do that. You got to sing at a voice lower than a talking voice in your own home. Give me a break, man. How do you guys vote for guys like this? Vote for guys that make rules like this. And how do y'all stand up for this? He's made this rule. He is being a dictator. He is being China Jr. Come on. I'm gonna use Joe Biden's words. Come on, man. How are you going to live with this? How is that free? This isn't the land of the free, home of the brave anymore with these Democrats. It's not. It is land of the lockdown, home of the scared. Fear politics is what they're doing to you. They're getting y'all to follow them just like the sheep are, because the sheep follow their herders because they're afraid that they're going to get lost behind. They're afraid of, attacks by different wild animals and such. And guess what they are doing to you? Wake up, guys. Wake up. Is anyone out there? Wake up. Your state is turning into a communist state. The rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer because you can't work. They're not letting you work. But you got companies like Google, like Facebook, like Twitter, based out of California that are making crap tons of money off of you still, some sort of way. How? I don't know. But wake up, guys. We got to stand up against this tyranny. My name is Andrew Alvarez, and I'm the Latino Conservative.